Hello everyone, my name is Triveni and today I'll be presenting my progress on evaluating accessibility in gamified learning platforms for Milestone 2. My research focuses on assessing platforms like Duolingo and Khan Academy using WCAG 2.1 and Section 508 guidelines. So, I'll brief you through the goal of my research, which is to evaluate how well gamified learning platforms support accessibility, particularly for users with cognitive disabilities like ADHD, dyslexia, and autism, as well as visual impairments. I'm focusing on features like adaptive difficulty, screen reader compatibility, high contrast support, and alternative feedback mechanisms. So, just to give you a quick recap, since my last update, I have conducted hands on accessibility testing using screen readers like NVIDIA and VoiceOver. I have also tested high contrast modes and text resizing to check compliance with WCAG 2.1 standards. Additionally, I have filled out an evaluation scorecard for both platforms, noting just strengths and weaknesses in accessibility. Phase would be to evaluate these web platforms and test them using real tools and also check how adaptable they are for different cognitive disabilities. In this slide, I'll walk you through the methodology I used to evaluate accessibility in gamified learning platforms. First, I developed a detailed scorecard grounded in two well established standards, the WCAG 2.1 and Section 508 guidelines. These gave me a solid framework for identifying essential accessibility features. To go beyond theoretical analysis, I performed hands on testing using screen readers like NVIDIA and VoiceOver. And I also evaluated how well the platforms responded to high contrast modes and zoom functions. Instead of a simple yes or no evaluation, I rated each feature on a scale from 1 to 5, which allowed for more nuanced understanding of how accessible or inaccessible each element really is. During testing, I found that Duolingo relies heavily on visuals, making it less accessible for screen reader users. And Khan Academy, on the other hand, offers more text based content but has a cluttered interface that may be challenging for users with cognitive disabilities. Keyboard navigation on both platforms is inconsistent, making it difficult for users who rely only on keyboard access. High contrast mode support varies, with some UI elements not adapting properly. Key learnings so far is the hands on testing helped me bridge the gap between theory and real world. Another difficulty was evaluating how well adaptive learning mechanisms support accessibility. As this finally, some accessibility issues were not clearly documented by the platforms, requiring extensive manual testing. Originally, I expected to complete testing within a week, but I found that accessibility evaluation requires repeated testing in different conditions. I also initially planned only a literature review but realized hands on testing is crucial to evaluate accessibility claims. Another change is that I am now focusing more on practical recommendations for improving accessibility rather than just identifying gaps. To summarize, my research highlights significant accessibility barriers in gamified learning platforms, especially in screen reader compatibility, keyboard navigation, and adaptive support. My next steps involve refining my analysis and proposing practical solutions. Thank you for your time.